putting the fight in faster than light. Welcome to Cosmopunk.
Engines of Hatred, a homebrew Starfinder story featuring the crew of the Leica 7.
Hi, I'm Pan, and I play Baphomet, Kobold Android Mystic, and Captain Leica 7. If found, please return to Leica 7, care of Ryder Maxim.
I'm RJ, I play Vee, Vest Mechanic, and Fly Guy, their drone. Vee's the ship's original designer, / mechanic, / warranty, / best with duct tape.
I'm Cypher, and I play Ryder, a stealthy operative Yosaki Otter. I'm also the pilot of the Leica 7.
I'm Ty, and I play Radar, a cyborg mechanic coyote and a bundle of nervous energy, also the weapons officer of the Leica 7. But for this campaign, I'll be the GM. After repairing the Leica 7 and learning how to control the hexagonal stones, Baphomet found herself unable to reintegrate with the enormous alien battlestation. The crew began to devise alternate strategies about how to steal the warhead just before Baph attempted to speak to the construct one last time, rendering herself unconscious from the mental trauma and feedback. After taking her to the medbay, Vee and Ryder attempt to scan the Archon's flotilla to see if Baphomet's actions have been detected. But this alone may have given the game away. Part 8. Silent Running. Baph is unconscious in her captain's... No, did you...
No, we put her in the captain's chair just out of like...
We put her in
She'll
the
wake up
medbay.
soon. Plop. She's in the medbay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it up from there. Ryder, Vee, Baph's unconscious.
Yes.
Yes, this is problematic because we kind of need her not unconscious. She's the only one that seems to be able to interface with anything useful around here.
Well, either way, I've got to get us off this planet because we've just done a scan and we don't want them to come looking for us.
That's the point. Are we aware that they're aware of us? We don't know that we've been detected because the only person that might have been aware of it is Baph's unconscious.
Correct.
But we would have known that doing a scan would have been detectable if there was anything out there.
You scan and move because you're not stupid.
So the question is, where do we want to hide next?
Well, other side of the moon, I would presume. See if there's anything in orbit that we can sort of duck in behind.
I mean, there's not going to be... The issue we have is that nobody ever lands on this. So if we're going to hide somewhere, it needs to be somewhere where they wouldn't expect anyone to be in the first place.
But I mean, you saw Baffy's vision. They've got an entire flotilla of ships out there.
They do, which is why I don't want to get found. So
I think there were some Vesk ones in there.
I figure either we find a large body of water or... space.
Water?
Yeah, nobody ever looks for starships on the water.
Vee, that's actually a good point. Do you want to become a submarine, Vee?
Maybe not submarine, but just slightly below the surface.
We could do. We could just duck beneath the water and see if anything comes looking for the nature of the scan.
Somewhere several thousands of miles away, like, Radar's eye twitches involuntarily.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's sat on Uckerson Lapsy having martinis.
We could do that, but I really think we need to get off this moon as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if we can get out of this planet without alerting more attention to ourselves.
Well, I'm a little bit rusty at flying in atmosphere, but I'll give it a go.
What's the worst? Actually, no.
Don't. Don't.
If he just like gets halfway through and just puts their hand into their mouth, just like, I'll take it.
Just go and see if Baff is awake yet. I'm going to take us up into orbit.
I'm going to prep the ship for landing on water and in water as well.
Alright.
It's just in case you want to, like... it depends. Are you going to take it out into Atmo or hide out in the sea?
I'm going to take it into orbit. If we run into any problems, I'll try and take us back into the moon's atmosphere and land in the water.
Alright, as long as we're not followed.
We might be.
Risk it for a biscuit?
I'm always in the mood to risk it for a biscuit, but also I don't really like the idea of dropping a thermonuclear warhead in the atmosphere of this moon. They seem like
they
nice
do make
humans.
good pies. It'd be a shame to waste that.
Yeah, they make lovely pies, and also they seem like nice humans, and I don't normally meet many nice humans.
Yeah, I mean, they have been pretty decent, I suppose, so... Alright.
All
Right
right.
your way. If we get into trouble, spank it down to the planet's surface, and we'll have to sort it out from there.
Roger that. Okay. Ryder is going to take the ship up into the orbit of the moon.
Excellent. The Leica lifts off. She's a little shaky because the repairs are temporary, but they're good temporary.
It's a hybrid of rock and
Magic.
No, it's all been
magic.
welded. There's no rock or magic involved. It's all welded, reconstituted metal.
All right.
You've seen that this planet has the necessary metals for this kind of stuff, because you get things like solar panels and tools and things like that. So there is iron, there is steel. The Leica lifts off of the ground, and once you've got adjusted to her slightly new control dynamic, she dips left occasionally. Catastrophically if left unattended. You start climbing.
There we go. Nice and easy.
In the meanwhile, I'm going to go down to the med bay and check on Bath.
Alrighty, Bath is recovering. She's still unconscious, but there's no physical injury. Just need to wait for her to wake up, basically. Ryder, you're the only one on the bridge right now, aren't you?
Yeah, V's gone down to the medbay, right?
Yeah, V's console goes.
Can I reach V's console?
V's console is the passive radar as well as the engineering section,
Okay.
and it's sort of mounted behind you and to the left.
Okay, Ryder's going to
You
put the
can-
ship in... is it sort of stable now?
Yeah, to be honest, you can just use the base autopilot just for it to maintain a course, if you will, or an
Okay,
angle.
well,
It'll
I'll put
keep
it on cruise control and sort of crane my neck over to V's console.
going. Yeah.
You can summon V if you need to.
Yeah, V's dealing with Bath.
As the Leica basically breaks atmosphere, you feel the artificial gravity start to kick on, and you get to the thing and you look at it, and there is a contact blip at extreme range on the passive energy detection. The passive energy detection is detecting the moon that you just left behind you, the sun off to your right, the Thumian sun,
Okay.
the planet of Thumia to your right upper, and slightly left of the right upper, a single contact that it is registering as an energy signature.
Oh. Does this look familiar? Is it the same kind of energy signature that they saw shortly before they were blown out of the sky?
The initial telemetry coming through for it is certainly an artificial energy presence. It does not match the Guardian. Ryder, you're the only one on the bridge. Don't make just a quick intelligence, or I'll just see if you remember something fairly basic. Should be easy.
Sure. Nat 20.
Oh god, and that was intelligence, so yeah, you pass. The Leica is equipped with a library of known energy signatures. Every ship's class, every race, every mass-produced vessel has a distinct signature. And it's a flick of a button for it to scan through that and come up with best possible matches.
Okay, I will do a Google search on energy signatures.
Yep, you bring up the energy signature database, and it tries to find a match. It does the analog 1980s ticking noise. And then it gives you 3 entries. The first one is it's detecting a human destroyer, which is least possible match. The next is a Aslanti destroyer, second least possible match. Best possible match is a Veskian frigate.
Huh. V,
Arrow.
we've got company.
Oh god. He's like immediately appears back in like. Alright, what do you find?
Got a Veskian frigate on the scan. Please tell me that's a friend of yours.
I've got some good news and some bad news.
Okay,
The bad news is that's not someone I know.
right.
Good news is we made a plan for this.
Oh, we're sticking with that plan, are we?
When in doubt, run away.
Okay, well, we've got 2 destinations we can hide. One behind the moon in a different part of orbit. Second, we can head towards that sun and try and slingshot round back to Thumia.
What gives us the best speed and least time exposed to them?
Well, I imagine if you chuck a magnetic scan towards the sun, the radiation will interfere with it. So that's our
point.
best possible opportunity to hide in a situation where it's just empty space.
Can I run a scan to see what the signal is doing? Is it stationary or mobile, or is it heading towards us?
The telemetry is it's heading straight for you.
Straight for us in particular.
You're still galactically. You are still where you were when you initiated the scan. So it's
are
going there.
Are we in a direct line to the planet of Thumia?
The Thumia is currently to your 2 o'clock high.
All right, and it's not heading to our 2 o'clock high.
No, it's coming from your 2 o'clock high.
I guess we
Sun
can change orbit.
is 2 o'clock. The sun is at 2 o'clock level.
I'd say there's more than a good chance that they know we're here and they're heading straight for us.
Well, they probably felt our scan and went looking for what made it on this medieval moon.
Right. How long we've got until they're within firing range?
You've probably got 20 minutes.
20 minutes. All right.
Firing range? No. Detection range, certainly.
Detection range. Is 20 minutes enough time to point the ship retrograde and change our orbit so we're flying away from them?
You will currently, because of the way you've come up into the arc of Thumia's moon and the maneuvers you need to make your orbit, you are going straight at them.
Yes, and I want to change the orbit so that we're not going straight at them.
So you want to literally flip and do a full retro burn. The thing is with that, in order to get the thrust that you need, you'd need to kick the Leica's energy levels up a notch, which would increase her detection chance. Yeah, you can infer they're heading towards where your scan was.
So, in theory, if we just fly away from where the scan was, out of their detection range.
If we can get beyond the horizon of the planet before they get to where we were, then theoretically they won't see us.
So, full speed ahead then. Just dead on, try and
Full speed
increase
ahead,
the
but
orbit.
Also, can I open a hailing frequency without giving away our position?
No.
Giving away our position where we are when we make the hailing frequency, or
As soon as you initiate a hail, every ship in a system generally knows where you are.
heck.
High-level military systems can allow you to mask that by using a 3-pin code or a scram, but nobody has that. Not even this Vesk frigate would have that.
Run away.
Is there some way we can leave a dummy signature behind?
You'd
No,
have to
we need a
physically
priority.
build a beacon.
Yeah.
How long will that take?
A couple of days.
Shit.
A couple of days, and somebody vented all my spare parts. And
Yeah.
but I'm
She's
still-
unconscious, V. Stop attacking her.
That
She's
fucking
unconscious.
Light snoring in the back somewhere.
Yeah.
She's unconscious, so she can't hear me whining.
While this is happening on the bridge, Bath, you're knocked out. Your attempts to try and force a connection with the battle station basically just overloaded your circuits for the moment. Your somewhat fragmented psyche at the moment, however, it's trippy. You're having an out-of-body experience for a start, but only when you blink. But you don't blink because you're unconscious, so that's a weird one. You're looking at yourself led on the bed, and you look up and the ceiling on the Leica's gone. And you're looking out at the purple space that is the Caladian Nebula, and you can see something coming, a ship. And you recognize it as like a ship you're familiar with. It's not some spectral ghost vessel here to carry off your soul to the underworld. It's like the Leica is. It's tangible. It's real. But around it, there seems to be this haze. Can you make a will roll, please?
Yeah.
Who am I kidding? Of course you can.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Is it a country bumpkin?
Well, that depends if you roll 1.
A country
No, I got
bumpkin
20.
haze.
I got
Sorry?
23.
23 total.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, 23.
Yeah, the haze around it resolves itself into that presence you felt wandering the cosmos when you were in the station, the gilt silver mask with the cloak behind it. Its focus is on the vessel that's moving towards you, but occasionally the gaze flicks up and ever so slightly through you. Like it can't quite work out where it is, and it flicks left and right, but it moves like a whiplash. There's no organic movement to it like a head builds up speed, turns and slows down. This thing goes whoosh, left, whoosh, right, whoosh,
Like a
forward.
spider.
Yeah. The other thing you notice as well is that the mask has lips molded on it, but there is no mouth aperture. It is just one continuous neutral expression. And the eyes are hollow. And there's nothing. And when it turns to the left, you see it in profile, and there's nothing behind it. It's just the mask. Oh, and obviously the aforementioned cloak of darkness and weirdness. And then, yay! You wake up. You are thrust back into your body, and you wake up, and you're not 3 feet to your right anymore. It's great. It's not like a casual wake up. You jolt away.
Did you have an out of chassis experience?
God.
And you can hear arguing on the bridge. Or discussion, sorry.
Just arguing.
It was like, oh, everything's normal.
Yeah, she'll get up and she'll join the others on the bridge. What's going on?
Oh, Bath, you're awake. There's a Vesk ship heading towards us, and we're discussing very quietly what to do about it.
Exactly. The way we figure it, we can't communicate to them without giving our position away. Our options are to hide and run or confront them. And I'm not really in the confronting mood today. Given...
No, I've been shot down once today. I'd rather not happen again.
Yeah.
How fast is a Vesk ship compared to Leica?
They're not fast, but they just go through things.
So what if we went around the back of the planet, the back of this moon, and slingshot past them? Or they're heading towards the moon?
I mean, that's pretty much the conclusion we're heading towards. The question will be if we can do it sneakily to not raise anyone else's attention.
Have they hailed us? Is there any kind of...
No
Heading
hailing.
towards the scan that I made while you were unconscious.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was trying to reach the mind and I couldn't. But actually, that does remind me. That thing I mentioned, the presence. It's here. I think.
Is it on the ship?
No. It's in this area of space. If we try and go, I think maybe it's got something to do with that Vesk ship coming towards us.
Well,
which means that we should
get out of here then.
If it's coming towards where did you scan? Were we in the atmosphere or on the planet?
No, down on the planet's
space.
surface when I scanned.
Then they're heading to the planet, not to us.
Right.
I
think we can probably
about to.
zip past. The Regent will have our backs. He'll make something up, I'm sure.
All right. Do we go hell for leather then and make a bolt for it?
I'm thinking hell for leather.
Around the back of the planet, make sure we're out of their view when they go down onto the planet, assume that's what they do, and then sneak
we go
past them.
stealth mode and sneak past them.
Now, this is usually you guys' thing. I'm not totally sure on the physics, but in theory, if we slingshot round the back of them, they give us a speed boost.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could do, but
Have to graze the atmosphere a little bit, but yeah, we could use the moon to get a little bit of extra boost.
Could be the edge we need.
All right then. Unless anyone has any better ideas, let's do that.
You turn the Leica and you increase the thrust massively in order to reverse your orbit. The engines kick in and they flare hard and they give you the necessary acceleration you need. And everybody's basically wedged into their seats by the G-forces as the compensator on the ship struggles to keep up with the changing flows. Ryder.
Yes.
No, not you. Sorry, you're flying the ship. Mm-hmm. V, can you make a perception roll?
I can, and it's a 3.
Oh God!
No, you can't.
All right.
Wait, what's your plus on perception?
Yeah, I can add a total of 7 onto that, so it's a 10 total.
That's
So I'm
actually
like-
fine. That actually makes you
Okay.
pass.
Wow.
You realise that the energy being given off by these engines, in order to do this, you wouldn't have to use this level of energy in space, which is where the Leica's normally stealthy. You are revealing yourselves by doing this.
Right.
Are we revealing our trajectory or just a location?
Well, that's just it. I'm about to scan for the ship. The Leica reverses course and starts heading around the other side of the thing. You've still got the sensor that has the ship detected,
Yeah.
which is giving you a relative thing. As you've shifted course, it maintains its heading, and then after a few moments, it turns, ever so slightly.
Poop. Is it an intercept course, or are they going to where our last burn was?
It looks like they're basically going to take the moon wide, so that they can get a
Of course, yeah.
kind of. They're going to take the moon wide so they can get a wider sweep. You can see that it's a standard military maneuver. They could sweep wider with their detection gear and maybe even their weapons. Unless you could put a celestial body between you, basically, the gig's up. Once they detect you, they could literally just keep their eyes on you.
Okay, so they're within that range now.
Yes.
Poop.
Oh, bugger.
Okay. Alright, our plan B at this stage was to drop down into
Down to the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do that if you think it'll work.
Well, I know that continuing on this course won't work, so... I mean, with our speed, could we get around to the other side of the planet?
No, they'd have you. Maybe not at their best. You're familiar with Vest weaponry, it's quite short ranged. So they wouldn't have you at their best optimal weapons ranges, but they could certainly do something. Your plan then is to drop into the atmosphere?
Drop into the atmosphere and then into the ocean if there's one below us.
I'm almost tempted to hail them specifically, just to see who they're up against.
If we hailed them, I think he mentioned that would
definitely give us away.
Yeah. At this point, the jig's up though, so.
No, they know there's something. They don't know what it is or who's there.
Yeah, an energy signature has powered up its engines, and they know it's a ship. Right, Ryder.
Yes.
You are putting the Leica through her paces at this point. Mm-hmm. You've literally changed trajectory twice, and now you're about to drop back into the atmosphere with a lot of energy. So I'm going to need an incredibly difficult pilot roll at -15.
Oof. Okay.
Yeesh. Can I help with that?
And do you have any captain abilities that allow skill checks to be made better? I think I read that somewhere that you do.
Yeah.
Once. You've definitely done that once.
Yeah.
If not, I'll just say you can have the basic assist, which gives Cypher a +2.
Let's go with that then until we figure out what the capabilities will be.
Oh, +2 for -15. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so now it's only -13.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, well...
She could not help you.
Here goes nothing.
I'm trying to look up these captain abilities.
Okay, I rolled a 9 on the dice and 14 for piloting.
So that would be 9, 23, -13 off of that is 10.
Mm-hmm. Not great.
Not terrible.
Not
It
terrible.
actually passes on the dot.
Oh my god.
That +2.
It works,
Yeah.
yep, thank you.
The threshold was 10 with the -15 factor, and you got it. So the Leica, however, drops it into real gravity, and there's a moment where everybody is literally experiencing like 8 or 9 Gs. So
sorry.
I'm going to need what's the stat called? I've forgotten the bloody thing. A fortitude roll from everyone, please.
Oh no.
That's 25.
17.
And Bath?
10?
Bath passes out again.
Oh.
Ryder, you are feeling incredibly uncomfortable because basically you've got the planet's atmosphere and the autograv in the ship fighting one another.
Flat on.
Can I just disable the inertial dampener?
The inertial dampener is slowly decaying. It's not something you can just turn off or it'll explode.
I'm gonna fix that.
V, however, you rolled 25.
Yeah.
Big Lizard ain't got time for G-forces. You're used to this. You're just like, oh, 8G. How quaint.
Versus a fucking flat otter in the driving seat.
Yeah, completely
More
powered by
concerned
the
about
actual-
the Leica, which at this point
The Leica is
is
straining,
TLC.
but she's doing okay. So, you drop it into the atmosphere and slowly the G-forces revert. Ryder, for a moment you felt what it was like to have a normal-sized neck.
A normal-sized neck.
For a moment you were in proportion. Anyway, the ship drops into the atmosphere. You're basically at the twilight point. You are heading dawnward
Yes.
to get away from this Vesk ship.
Dropping down into the ocean.
Yep, you are skimming the ocean. In front of you is the rising Thumian sun. Up and above you to the left is the Thumian planet, because you guys you've done a full lap of the planet almost, with this thing chasing you. You can't detect the ship too well while all this is happening, because the screen's basically vibrating.
Right.
But as you slow down, as I'm guessing you're going to try and submerge,
We're gonna have to, yeah.
Yeah,
you will have to come to a complete stop.
Okay.
that's fine.
Which will
Air
require
brakes.
a piloting roll.
Nat 20 plus 14.
Yeah, you're fine. You're like, oh, air brakes. Thanks, V.
You should swap dice.
Yeah.
You just rolled your die into a guitar by the sound of it.
Oh, that's my mic. That happens when I roll it near the mic.
Oh God.
God, Jesus. Are you rolling it on the mic?
No, it's just it's on the same table, so the crane arm is vibrating.
You bring
The dice
ship-
are heavy as
stop.
hell.
Yeah, so you submerge and you see the water quickly sizzling, admittedly, because of the heat that's coming off the Leica, submerges the vessel. And you sink, and you sink, and you sink.
Are there any
Come to a
fish
depth.
in this ocean?
Are you looking?
Well, yeah, I'm looking to fly the spaceship, the submarine.
That's just it. At this point, the Leica has no control. You're in a careful submergence because that's how it works. But you might as well just take your hands off the controls. There's nothing you can do.
Fair enough. Then yeah, I will be looking. I'll be looking out the window.
Yeah, that's it.
You
Looking
near the
directly up.
surface, where there is light coming from outside from the rising sun, you do catch a few movements.
Oh yeah, can I roll perception to see if I can work out what those movements are?
Sure.
Okay.
They're fish.
Thanks, asshole.
What did you roll?
A 17.
No,
Not
they're-
fish.
They are fish. It looks like things you'd catch in a sort of a northwestern, like the Atlantic. So, cod.
Nah.
You're fairly
This is
north
like-
of the pole, so
Look at all those fish you can't eat.
I'm not hungry. I've just had a pie. Also, we've got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it now. We just need to wait to see if we get a vapor trail pass overhead or not.
well, that's just it. You are diving. You have no reference to the surface if you keep going.
We should stabilise, surely.
Yes, but I don't know if you can control that depth.
We can control up and down, but we can't control forwards or backwards or anything like that. All we can
All
do
right,
from this point is wait until we come
What
to a stop
depth
and
do you
ride
want to
up.
be? Bearing in mind you're in such a big vessel, if you're near the surface, people can just literally see you.
So if we take us down to about, I don't know, 500 meters below the surface.
That's quite far.
That's half a kilometre.
Yeah.
Well, depends how
You-
deep this ocean is as well.
You dive to 500 meters. About 300 meters, you lose all ambient light.
Yeah. I
Okay,
was
let's
gonna
do
say probably
300 then.
I was going to say 25, but I like your optimism.
As deep as we can go, we want to try and hide from these people.
The Leica is secured for crash depths up to something like 10 kilometers. Using
Really?
basic Earth. Yeah.
Wow.
Ever since the crash landing on Lysander, Vee has been working on the hydrodynamic abilities of the ship in their spare
Yeah.
time. So yes, it is secured for crash depths up to 10 kilometers. It can't move, but it can crash dive.
V was a little bit overzealous with the engineering.
There may have been some
I
prompting
was-
from radar as well.
I was exactly as zealous as I needed to be, apparently.
Hey, V, have you ever considered making the Leica a submarine?
I have now.
Right, yeah, anyway, the Leica will be fine. You get to 300 meters and you're just on the cusp of being able to see. The electrical systems on the Leica are not designed for this environment. In the same way that a submarine cannot detect what's going on above it, neither can you.
Yeah. Now we wait.
Now we just got to wait.
Yes.
I mean,
So,
meanwhile,
Bath, what
can
do
we
you... Oh, she's unconscious.
Yeah, she's unconscious.
Can I do like another check on Bath?
Yeah, Bath, you're groggily coming to. You have no out-of-body
Yeah.
experiences or anything.
No, it's fine.
There's a bit of a nosebleed.
Bath gets
the
down and toddles off to make some tea.
Doesn't say a word.
It
Just
doesn't
gets
say anything. Just like rouses, gets up, just wordlessly.
Sorry, Bav.
sachets off of the bridge.
Can you make me a coffee?
She's
Alright,
not mad at me, is she?
No,
I
she comes
think
back
that-
with tea for everybody.
Oh, thank God.
Give it 3 or 4 hours. I'm guessing that they'll come down. They'll at least do a surface orbit of the planet. Maybe
Yeah.
that's it. I figure 3 hours would be enough for them to
To do what they need to do, realise
So
they're
at least
mistaken,
this-
and then leave us alone.
at least decide that they didn't really see anything down there, and it was all just a computer glitch or something.
I'm still worried about the regions and his people. What if they go after him?
How do we know they're not doing that already? He said these people are at war.
So are we just going to wait then?
Yeah.
Nothing else we can do.
Ryder is going to pull out Radar's gang
I mean-
battleship
and
So,
plop it
like,
down on the table.
Since we're back on the planet again, Bath, do you want to have go out talking to your intercelestial friend?
I think I have to be at the node to communicate anyway. I don't think I could even inside the ship under the sea.
Also, didn't you pass out last time you did that, Bath?
Also, I passed out, and that wasn't great.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
I don't really want to have to have you in the med bay again.
Passing
really,
out is a great way to pass time, though.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't need to sleep, so not really.
Some of my best adventures were passed out.
But no, I don't think it would be a good idea. Plus, I feel like if it wanted to reach out to me, it could have done it by now. We might be on our own for the moment.
You open up the thing of Battleship, Ryder,
Yes.
and you find your side as its usual unkempt, untidy self, with the ships generally scattered around. You open up Radar's side, and they're all arranged in a certain order, ascending from biggest to smallest, with all the little pips that you put in arranged in like ranks in front of them, like they're having some kind of ceremony.
Yeah, I like the idea that he arranges his ships in exactly the same way every single time.
Oh, yeah. You're between a game right now, so you know, that's how he stores them.
Ryder's going
Turns
to
out Radar's a bit anal.
Ryder's going to take a
Don't
photo
say.
of
On his side.
of his side and her side. Because, you know, she'll want to reset it up so they can continue their game of Battleship later.
Oh, they are between games right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's currently a neck and neck tie, 7 each, basically. They were going to a best out of 15, but, you know.
A lot of games.
Yep.
An hour passes.
So Baffy and Ryder are playing Battleship, which is a bit unfair because Baffy can read Ryder's mind.
It helps that she doesn't know how to play. She's just humouring Ryder, so she's like, "Oh, I put it here then, I guess." And it's like, no.
Yeah,
Just
but
yelling
every single ship is a hit. She doesn't know how she's doing
Yelling
it.
out, like, miss every time Ryder calls a number, even if it's a hit.
Miss.
It's funny that you're playing Battleship, because through the hull, there's a very, very low...
Whoa, shh. Did you feel that?
And the jangling, fluffy dice that you hang above your station move ever so slightly.
I'm really hoping that's just a really big fish.
And then...
Can we? I'm gonna go look out the window. We can see through the portholes, right?
Yeah, we can still go out the windows, but it's dark.
Yeah, something's. Oh, true. And we haven't got any ambient light. Can we stand?
The ship,
you are
the ship
at
has
the very
lights.
edge of the ambient light, so you can kind of make out the ship in front of you.
Okay, it looks like there's a ship in front of us.
No, the ship you're on.
Alright. Or we could turn on the landing lights, because they don't use to.
Well, hold on. We don't know what's out there. We don't want to turn lights on without figuring out what we're dealing with.
And then there is an almighty crash. And the Leica lurches sideways. I'm going to need reflex rolls from everybody, please.
Sure.
That's a 5 plus. Oh, who cares?
V, where were you at the time, just so I know?
I don't remember. Did I say where I was?
I don't think you did. I've got a ship number still.
Didn't
probably-
no.
Probably at the on the bridge, sitting at the engineering complex.
Yeah, that's fine. So, 5 from V.
For the record, there's a total of 10 because I can actually add something to it. But...
Okay, I do need totals, not what you roll. So 10's fine, 16's fine,
22.
22, yeah. The Leica lurches sideways, and you grab onto something, as almost immediately the Leica is then thrown the other way. The lights
What
go.
the fuck is that?
I think those are depth charges, guys.
Kirby,
You can have a
what are the
plot point.
Thank you.
What are the chances and knew exactly where to go?
It doesn't matter. They're getting us now.
It's almost like you're not dealing with complete idiots.
Our options are up or down at this point.
The lights on the bridge have gone out.
Can we go forward?
No, we've got no propulsion. I didn't design this ship to go in the water.
We can't go further down. They're dropping death charge on us. We have to go up. We have to take it to them.
Are they strafe bombing past the lake, or are they dropping directly above us?
Well,
There have been
the
multiple.
next bang is more of a...
Okay, so they're getting further away.
And
That's a
then
strike. That's a strike
They're
run.
carpet bombing the ocean.
That's the point. They're not going to do it more than once.
No.
So
They're waiting to see if we make a move.
exactly.
We need to stay exactly where we are and pretend
That's
we're not
it.
here.
Are you sure?
Yes. You don't play the game of not being seen by being seen.
Anyone knows it's gonna be you? Alright, I guess.
And then there
Can
is
I-
another almighty bang, and it is directly above you.
How far above?
Well, it's almost like it touched the top of the hull. It throws the Leica downwards. So I'm going to need fresh reflex rolls from everybody
Okay.
as the Leica is plunged.
Oh, that's 11
damn.
that time.
20, not that.
Nice.
That-
Watch
that
me
was-
fail all my good rolls.
22.
22. You're all still fumbling in the dark, but you know the Leica well. She's been your home for long enough. You've all found suitable handholds. I'm pretty sure that Bath is actually holding on to the periscope-like targeting system, even though it's not.
Yeah, she was trying to look outside for you.
A lot of the screens on the Leica smash. There's glass on the floor. The fluffy dice tumble from their mount and bounce off of Ryder's face.
Going to make a reflex roll to see if I can catch them.
Okay. There is a minus. It is dark. Use.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the point. Can I roll engineering to switch to
16.
an auxiliary power?
Okay, I'll come back to you, V. You catch the fluffy dice. V, yes. The emergency handle is literally next to your station.
Okay. Yeah.
What'd you roll?
16 total.
16, that's fine. You pull it and nothing happens, but that's okay because it's a pump. So you pump it a couple of times and the red emergency light comes on. All gravy. And the bridge of the Leica is a bit damaged.
Is there any water sounds? Are we leaking?
You
So
have
that's
a
what- can I do-
perception roll.
Okay.
Can I do an engineering pressure check?
Yes. And
That's 25 for engineering for a pressure
Right.
check.
there is a leak warning in the engine room.
Oh, that's the worst room to have a leak in.
Yep.
There's another one in the cargo bay,
That's not
which is
so
that
bad.
big ship length wide with no interior cutting off bulkheads under the ship.
Yeah, that's fine. You can just open the doors for that.
I'll go and handle the engine room.
No, don't go in there. Close the bulkheads surrounding it.
Yeah, patch up the leaks.
Well,
You
you guys have to get flights out of here. I'll handle.
no, we still don't know if we can move yet. It could be that's just a second run. We need to find out if they're deliberately targeting us or if they're just guessing. If they're just
How many more
guessing, we
can
don't.
we take?
I'm gonna say, I don't know, many.
That's not a good answer, V.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want to wait around and see about getting many shots.
Right. I'm going to close all the bulkheads across the ship wide, and
Okay.
then I'm going to make my way through to the engine room. But basically, I just have to open and close each bulkhead. So
Yep, that's fine. That's standard procedure. You close all of the bulkheads on the ship.
I'm going to also
And-
open the lower cargo bay door
The problem... Why?
because it's already filled with water.
It's filling slowly.
How slowly actually?
The
Because I'm,
Wait, you don't want to open the doors and.
Well,
let
no,
all the
if
water in.
it's already completely filled, you open the whole door so that when
No,
we
it's opening. It's filling, not
Yeah,
full.
it's filling up. And
depends-
also the
depends how
pressure
full
will
it
kill
is.
us if we open the doors now.
no, because we've still got the internal bulkhead.
Yeah, we've got air inside the ship now, bulkheads or not. If you open the doors, the Leica's going to be full of water, and we're not going to be able to move. So
But,
maybe
that's-
don't open the door.
No, hear me out.
Just
If-
patch the leak. Stop arguing.
I'm,
Patch
no,
the leaks.
I'm doing this while I'm fixing the leak.
Are you?
If-
Because it sounds like you're still on the bridge arguing.
No, I told you I've started making my way down to the engine, and I'm opening and closing each bulkhead behind me. But the cargo bay is the largest single volume in the ship. If that's filled with water and the cargo bay doors are closed, all that water gets dragged up with us as we try to rise. If you open the cargo bay doors, you equalise the pressure inside the cargo bay with the outside water, which means as you move up, there's no pressure differential, and you're not hauling all the extra water up with you, which makes it a lot easier to rise.
There won't
That
be any
would work.
water in the cargo bay if you plug the leaks.
Well, I can't. I'm over here plugging the engine room leaks, and I need to plug them first because that's what gives us all our power. which
That's
is what
why
gives us
Baphomet's got
air
to plug
and
the
giving
leaks.
us.
Bath
the
is plugging the cargo bay leaks.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, she's already thrown out all your junk. She might as well plug the cargo leaks.
How handy! I've got space now.
Don't mention my junk. I'm still bitter about that. I'm going to be bitter
She's
about
like
that.
calling as she goes down. Good thing it's so much space in here that I can get it easily.
Bath, You are making your way to the cargo bay?
Hmm.
That's cool. Do you have any mechanical experience?
Oh no. She thinks it's gonna be like putting a duct tape over something.
Okay, so Ryder,
Yes.
for the love of God, go with her.
Well, of course. I mean, I can't exactly fly the ship, can I?
Yeah. It doesn't take long to patch the things. It's not as bad as it seems.
Okay, so I was imagining like the cargo bay is full of water and the engine room is full of water.
No, the
Just
cargo
little
bay
pinhole
is like
leaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's starting to leak. Yeah.
it's like ankle deep in the cargo bay. And in the engine room, the engine room's a little more torrential. You're like, because it's stepped down as well, it doesn't help. It's basically a sump. You are up to your waist in filthy, oily water, which for you is like being back on.
things that mix well with fusion reactors.
Yeah.
I'm going to cycle the bilge pumps.
Okay, the electric cycle is bust. You'll have to use the manual.
What is going on? Can we hear more explosions at the distance?
You can hear nothing.
Okay.
Eerily quiet.
So after they hit us, they stopped firing.
Or assuming they know they hit us. They could have
Just saying. After they hit us, which they did, they stopped firing.
Or they just continued firing.
Well, they
further
don't
away
know
from
that
us.
they hit us, and they were just looking
That's
to
it.
see if they could spook us out of the ocean.
From what we've heard, it feels like a speculative run. They're just carpeting the general area, doing it twice for good luck, and seeing what happens.
Can I have an engineering roll from the two groups, please?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay. 17 plus 27.
Yeah, you've already like pumped most of the water out.
I think like Riders and Baths, Taj's going to take what's between them, right?
Okay.
I'm basically going to say that Bath doesn't get to roll this because she's basically just putting fingers in holes.
Oh, thank God, 'cause I got a 1 and I don't know.
Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? And Ryder is the one who's actually got like the welding mask and the blowtorch. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got a 23.
Yeah, you're patching the welds. Basically, what's
I was
happening
like,
is Bath's
watch
actually
me
going
get a 20, I would really get this one.
That's like
Using
shouting
basic-
orders at right. There's one! There's one! There's one! There's one!
We've had it destroyed so many times.
You've had it destroyed on this planet twice.
Yeah,
It's
we're
very sad.
going to sell so many toys.
Yep.
Anyway, it is a matter of moments to patch the welds. She's a tough old boat. You proceed to pump the water out. V, as you're pumping, it also starts taking the water out of the cargo hold once all the leaks are plugged. So after 10-15 minutes of just using the mechanical pump, the Leica is basically free of water. Things are just a bit damp in the engine room. The engine room being a catch-all category for the series of rooms that have the reactor and the jump drive and the engines either side of it and all that.
Do we have power?
You don't. You have the red lighting, the emergency power.
And also, we don't want power, so we can be scanned. You
We
know?
want the ability to call on power, but
Yeah, you lost power forcibly. You want to make sure that's fixed.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, is 27 enough?
Yes, you plug it all back in.
Is this a 3-pin plug going from the reactor to like?
No,
The plugs
it's
come out.
It's a single USB port that connects the entire bridge to the rest of the machine. Just go, pop it back in.
The plug went in some Tizer.
Yeah. The VGA cables come out of the screens. You just do the screwdrivery things with the blue bit on the back. You get some new glass for the panels, clear up the mess, and after an hour, it takes another hour to do all this.
Okay.
The Leica's got a bit of a bloody nose, but back where she was.
Right, strategy time.
Strategy time.
Clearly, going the fuck to space.
They knew something was down here, but they're not dropping depth charges on us anymore.
Hopefully, they've assumed they've fucked us over.
Or they're sending something down right now to do a closer look.
That sounds far worse than I was going to say.
Oh no!
Jesus, Ty.
If only we could jet in a bunch of spare parts to make it look like that we've been destroyed. Glares at Bath.
Oh, come on! We were never going to do that. Don't. You know what? When we get back, I will get you some spare parts from all the junk you want. We'll chuck them in the back of the Leica, and we'll never touch them again.
A collection like that can't simply be bought. It has to be found over many years.
There was something that definitely looked like part of a tractor.
Wait a minute. I think you're onto something again, V. Is there any way we can disconnect one of the engines and let it float back up to the surface?
Absolutely not.
We have 19 of them.
We have 7 of them, and I'm precious of all of them.
You have 4 and 3 slip engines for the jump drive.
Also, it depends on what the plan is. If the plan is that we pretend that they blew us up, then they would have known we were here anyway. If the plan is to get away without throwing detritus out there, then we can do that too. But if we throw anything away, an engine or trash or whatever, they'll know that something was down here. They'll send more down to check us out.
How long has it been since the last depth charge?
About an hour. I did say an hour, didn't I? Yeah, an hour.
Ryder's checking it on her little stopwatch that she's got.
Oh, the torpedo one.
Well, yeah. Just for dramatic effect.
I like to imagine she's actually spent a lot of it almost like in the nose of the bridge, just looking up out of the thing, just sort of...
Just scanning the darkness, yeah.
Yeah, but with the timer going, you know, single bead of sweat.
Yep.
Illuminated by this red lighting. Anyway.
Alright, ladies, it's been an hour. We should make a move.
Oh, I figure so. At this point, we've got no way of knowing if they're gone, but I'd reckon after 2 bombing rounds and an hour of waiting, they've probably got bored. Question is, how do we get out of here now?
Well, we float.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, obviously we can get to the surface. The question is, how do we get off this planet without being detected?
Cash in your radar point.
I'm going to cash in the radar point.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do a fucking scan.
Yeah, nice fucking idea, asshole. How do we...
Whose idea was that anyway?
So expanding more on that radar point, you feel the reason you were detected last time is because you actually got off the surface without emitting any more energy than you needed to. But because you'd done the scan first, you'd already attracted somebody's attention who was coming to that general vicinity. Your high-powered maneuvers to reverse your course once you detected them meant that you were detected a second time and pursued to your current position and predicament.
Well, at least we know something new about them.
Which is...
They're assholes.
Everyone we fight's an arsehole, V.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What if we just float to the surface without expending any power?
Yeah, no, we can get off the... assuming that we can get off the planet fine without being detected. It's just a question of not making any scans and running as quiet as possible to get to Thumia.
We can get... If they're still within the atmosphere, we can get a visual.
If they're within your visual range, you are on a moon or planet.
Yeah.
That could be on the other side.
What's the point? If we're within their visual range, they're within our visual range.
Yeah, they can see us.
Yeah. So ideally, we want to break out. We want to break the surface, and there's absolutely nobody around. We can sneak out, get across the Thumia, and
Okay,
run
let's do
along the
that.
regional plan.
I'll float us up. Somebody get in the turret, use it as a periscope, have a look around, and if the going's clear, I'll take us back up into orbit.
Do we roll engineering or piloting? Yes.
I'm going to say it's engineering because the pilot has no control. You are doing it's
Okay.
changing baffles and blowing tanks. You know,
18 to go up.
you go up.
Very slowly because I don't want to give them all the bend. Except for that.
And let's have another one as you approach periscope depth to see if you can stop.
Okay. Ooh, 15 total.
You get to periscope depth, trying to slow the ascent, and you hurtle past it and just break the surface.
Alright.
V!
Uh,
Too high, mate!
just from the engine room here, not us submarine.
Too much, mate! Oh, my ears popped. Oh. Right, Ryder's gonna have a look out the window in the cockpit and check if there's a fleet hovering above her.
Make a perception check.
Okay. That's a 5 on the dice plus 13.
That's 18. That's fine. You look at it sort of like the 2 o'clock out the window, and the first thing you notice is that there's a lot of dead fish.
Whoops.
And then as you're watching, you see a particularly big piece of it. I think it was tuna. It might have been a dolphin. You don't know. But a single tentacle rises up with suckers, wraps around it, and pulls it slowly under.
How big
Oh.
is it?
Well, the tuna was probably the length of 2 family cars.
How big was the tentacle?
It wrapped around it 3 times.
I don't like that.
Hmm.
Nope. V, I'm getting us off the moon.
I'm guessing there's nobody around then.
Don't ask. Tentacles.
Wait, what?
And with that, Ryder hits the engine.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Ryder probably has as well. This is the...
Oh, for God's sake. Right, V, I'm going to need an engineering roll from you. -2 because you're currently in the slightly damp engineering room.
That's 12, 22 with the negative.
So 22 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24
And
for piloting.
24. So that's 23. Okay. You get to the surface. You kick on the boost actually to clear the water from the engines, and the Leica, in a billow of steam, rises up and very, very quickly angles almost backwards, so she's on her tail, and shoots straight up. Your passive detection spots the frigate readout over to your... If you're on your back, it would be at your 9 o'clock on the horizon.
Are they within visual range?
Oh yeah, and a quick glance reveals that it is not a frigate.
What is it?
It is much bigger.
Oh.
Fuck's sake.
Yet the readout only says frigate.
So it started off as a frigate.
Yeah, but it's not facing towards you. It's looking the other way. And it's massive. You are looking at basically several rows of engines.
Don't get
See
in
where
your
he gets it from.
V, don't get jealous, we're leaving.
Yeah, too right, I'm fucking leaving. Fuck this shit in particular.
The Leica breaks the atmosphere, accelerating away sunward at this point. You'll be heading literally straight towards Thumia's sun. And the Vesk, you going to scan it?
No.
No.
But I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Through your visual, just basically the cameras on the outside of the vessel, through your visual scanning, the large Vesk ship of indeterminate class starts very, very slowly turning towards you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's alright, we're ahead of them now and we're faster than them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, getting a closer look at this Vesk ship, does this look like a ship or like another construct?
This is a Vesk ship.
Okay, alright.
You've seen these, or similar designs to these before, in other areas of space. And as you accelerate away from the planet, it starts to follow. But the thing you notice is it is much slower than you are.
Well, it's bigger, so that would stand to reason.
Yeah.
And
I like the word
already
much slower. I like that
you're
word.
already well out the range of most weapons at this point, before it even turns to you.
Well, we haven't given them the slip, but we are faster than them, so maybe we can do what we need to do and leave before it starts dumping its nuclear arsenal on us.
If they know we're here, they'll let everyone else know they're here.
Assuming they're with everyone else. We still don't know the purpose of this ship.
It seems to have been part of the flotilla that's hanging around outside of the planet's atmosphere.
Yeah, speaking of which, we can't see that yet, can we?
See what?
The flotilla.
The rest of the flotilla.
There's nothing coming up on your scan.
Okay.
You are running in stealth.
Yes.
So, if we can get through Atmo before they can catch up to us, then they won't be able to find us again if we're in space.
You're out of Atmo. You're already in. You're breaking the gravitational pull of the moon. But it's not far to the planet. You know, it is a lunar orbit.
Okay, well, I'll maintain heading then.
Yep.
Do we get... where are we in relation to the space elevator?
We're not going to the space
there's
elevator.
Yeah, there's loads of space elevators all over the planet. Where you are in relation to the warhead is it's almost straight in front of you.
Convenient.
Well, that's what Bath thinks anyway. Isn't that right, Bath?
That's what she's reminding them of her vision.
It's possible to walk them onto the location. Without using coordinates or numbers, you can just be like, it's left a bit, right a bit, back a bit, you know.
That is how she gives directions as well.
Yep.
Infuriatingly so. No, it's too high. No, I told you down a bit. Just a bit.
Be
That's too much.
specific!
A bit, no, 2 bits. Almost.
And this is why Ryder did the scan, because she couldn't stand being led into directions by Bath.
You approach the atmosphere of Thumia II. Nothing else has appeared on the scan, and the Vesk ship isn't following you, it's just heading back to where it was.
In the flotilla.
Looks like it.
Maybe it's remotely operated.
The flotilla, you get a few passive signs on your thing, and they are literally just arranged like almost like a car park where they're all next to each other. You probably think that's just like a space dock, where ships are refitted, refueled, rearmed. The vessel appears to be heading for that.
Which is where we want to go.
Well, it makes sense that if you're going to keep a highly dangerous, extremely rare, unstable warhead on your planet, you're going to surround it with shit.
Just to double check, so I can get like a visual of this. We know that the warhead itself is in a remote location. Is the only way onto the planet's surface through the space elevator?
No, God no. You've been to planets in the Leica before. You just land.
So we could, in theory, just like bypass the space elevator and the flotilla and go straight towards where Bash stole the.
I thought that was the plan.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, check with your crew. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm just running the thing,
Ryder will follow Bath's directions because Bath has seen how to get to the warhead and Ryder hasn't. So
yeah, there's a couple of hairy moments. Can I have 2 piloting rolls and an engineering roll from Vee, please, and a charisma roll from Bath.
20,
all right.
Okay. Well,
26 for the engineering.
Yep.
31 for piloting.
Wow, and Bath. Not charisma. Will actually.
Oh, then 28.
Oh my God, guys! If you could roll something in the teens, that would have been.
I mean,
Well, we've just been fucking depth charged. For God's sake.
all our strongest stats and you know it.
Just gonna poke the bear. Right, so there's a couple of moments. First thing you notice, V, is that there is a active scanned in the area of the ship, but definitely doesn't lock onto you. There's a moment, Bath, where the ship descends and you feel something in the ether, and you gently open your eye to it, and that presence is looking everywhere. You, without thinking, it's almost reactive, as you cast your own shroud over the Leica and sink it under its gaze, and slip past it, leaving the presence behind you in the upper atmosphere. And then, Ryder, you dip into a cloud bank as you see a couple of atmospheric craft you don't recognize the design of fly past. They don't see you.
Ooh, what were they, fighters?
It looked like a small single-man aircraft, 3 of them in like an echelon.
Huh.
Or chevron, sorry, not echelon.
Were they atmospheric fighter planes or were they spaceships?
You recognize wings and small engines on them. Yeah, no, other little bit of detail. The engines were rear-mounted but propeller-driven.
Huh. So it's a pusher prop. Wow. These people all have ancient technology.
We've got about 500 years of technological advantage on Ter, though, judging from the rest of human history. Don't they'll be getting into space anytime soon, though, with craft like those.
I guess. Imagine never going to space, though.
So, Bath, where are we landing?
Well, there's a large spot around just below us down there, just like 2 clicks.
Okay, leaning onto it.
Do you know how much a click is?
I heard it in a movie once. It seems it's a click, right? Like a click. It's 2 clicks.
V's just like, you know what? Brilliant. I'm just gonna buy
Sure.
No, that's too many clicks. Is that how many clicks is 1 click? 3 clicks?
Baffy,
clicks.
don't say clicks. You don't know what it means.
Okay, she uses whatever gets you guys down the light. And I guess how close can we get down towards it?
The lighting on the planet, once you get at sort of down below the cloud layer, is murky. And you'd normally probably require some kind of scanning system to navigate it, but you don't. You have Bath, who, with the continued directions of up a bit, left a bit, right a bit, back a bit, guides you to this point. And then, I'm not going to make you roll for it, Bath, you just intrinsically know. You shout, stop. And like
it just stops dead.
And this is where you feel is the right place to land. When you were shown the scan in the thing, there were 3 clear areas around the compound that could take the Leica. Land here, proceed on foot, secure the compound, bring in the Leica.
I think this place. This feels right. We can probably make it from here on foot.
Okay, Captain. Okay, Ryder's going to take a goosey for somewhere to land, nice and flat, then hidden.
Alright, you get a visual on the landing site. You bring the ship in, kick in the retros, and settle down in a gentle cloud of dust. And you're now on Thumia. And we'll leave it there for now and conduct the raid on the compound next time.
Thank you for listening to Cosmopunk. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Check us out at cosmopunk.net and follow us on Twitter at cosmopunks with an S. And if you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to rate us on iTunes or tell your friends. We're still new to this and your support really helps. Intro and outro theme Vectrex by Reformat. Check out their album The Singularity at reformat.bandcamp.com. Once again, thanks for listening and we'll be back with more Cosmopunk in 2 weeks.